Good morning, yogis, or afternoon. I'm not sure when you're doing this practice, but this is Megan here, Yoga with Megan, and I am bringing you yoga from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And after several days in the healing hot springs, I want to bring you a chakra balancing practice. So let's just jump right into Child's Pose. We typically begin our practice with Child's Pose. And interestingly enough, it is also a root balancing pose. So the root chakra is our first chakra. I just want you to settle in here. With every inhale and every exhale, I want you to see the color red. Maybe allowing that color to wash over you. If you'd like, you can roll your forehead from side to side. Or maybe just being completely still feels best to you. When our root chakra is balanced, we feel a sense of stability and safety. On your next exhale, I want you to zip up your lips. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Coming to an Ujjayi breath. And on your next 3 exhales, I just want you internally to yourself to say, I am safe. And press up onto all fours. And take 3 cat-cow pose here. Inhaling as your heart opens, exhaling as it closes. Tuck your toes, lift your tailbone to downward facing dog. So this practice might feel a little discombobulated as we go through opening the chakras. My hope here is to do a couple of poses in each chakra arena, and so we might go up and down, but so does life, so you'll be okay. And continuing letting that red color wash over you. I'm a big visual person, and so I literally will see like maybe a paintbrush of red painting me from my fingers up over my back, down my legs to my heels on the mat, and then up through my thighs and through the front side of the body. Allowing the root chakra red of stability and safety to wash over. Inhale, lift your right leg up, coming to a 3-legged dog. And then release that foot back down. Inhaling your left leg up. And back down. Right leg up again, this time step through for Warrior 1. Warrior 1 is another good root chakra pose. Actually, Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 both are. And they're good openings, right, of that root chakra. Let your arms reach up overhead. And bring your hands back to the mat, stepping back to your downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and skip our vinyasa at this point. We might add it in later. Inhale your left leg up. And then exhale, step through. Inhale the chest up for warrior one with the left leg forward. Really inviting in the sense of stability, of trusting that you make good decisions, that you're building a house on a nice, firm foundation. Bringing your hands back to the earth for downward facing dog. We're just going to do that a couple more times. Inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Here, if you'd like, you can bend your knee and stack your hip, taking more of a scorpion tail. And then back to your three-legged dog, step through for warrior one. And this whole time, keeping that mantra of I am safe. Downward facing dog. Lifting your left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Back to your three-legged dog. And then step through for warrior one. So yes, we want to have good form, good physical form, but this practice is really about our energetic form. Hands back to the mat for downward facing dog. So if you're unfamiliar with the chakras, they're energy wheels in the body, right? So Chinese medicine believes in meridians. This is along that same line that we have energy channels running through the body, and that when everything is open and running correctly, then we have physical, spiritual, and emotional health. We're going to move up into our sacral chakra. It's just a little bit below the belly button. Bring your right leg forward for warrior one. Now we're going to open to warrior two. And then take goddess pose. So you're going to kind of come to a star. Both toes are going to come to the corners of your mat, of the long end of your mat. And then you're just going to sink your hips down. So your feet are a little bit turned out. And you're just dropping the hips, coming into a goddess. So when our sacral chakra is aligned, we are experiencing healthy intimacy and a good connection to our emotions. Your thighs might be starting to quiver here. You're okay. Back to warrior two. So your right toes are going to pivot to the top of the mat to 12 o'clock. And then windmill your arms, stepping back to downward facing dog. Left leg up. Stepping through for warrior one. Opening to warrior two. And then pivoting your toes again for goddess pose. You can take your arms to a T, or kind of like up in star pose when they're like at a V and your palms are forward. And I love the idea of healthy intimacy, right? Having a person or persons with whom you can share yourself in a safe environment. This is also where our sexuality lives. So having a healthy sense of physical expression of love, romantic love. Sink a little lower. Everything might start to quiver. That's okay. Coming to warrior two. Windmill your arms back to down dog. So we're going to do that a few more times, this time inviting in the color orange. So inhale your right leg up. Step through warrior one. Open warrior two. Coming to goddess pose. And your mantra here is I am a vessel for my emotions. So letting that orange color wash over you and recognizing that while we have emotions, we are not our emotions. Sink a little lower. Back to warrior two. Windmilling to downward facing dog. Left leg up. Stepping through warrior one. Opening warrior two. And goddess pose again. Being a vessel for your emotions. They're simply messengers. So the more we can talk to our emotions, the less control they have over us. Sink a little lower. Warrior two. Windmill the arms to downward facing dog. Drop onto your knees. Bring your feet, swing them around in front of you so you're sitting on the ground. We're going to take a seated Baddha Konasana, which is just a butterfly pose. So if you need to sit on a block or a pillow to lift your hips up, do that now. Or if you need to put a block or pillow under your knees for support, do so. We're just going to sit here, allowing a gentle opening. Again, with that orange wash over the body. Accepting that we are a vessel of our emotions. You might have emotions popping up right now, and they are always welcome. Couple of deep breaths here. Moving up now into our solar plexus. That is just above the belly button, kind of below the ribs. We're going to come into boat pose, Navasana. So any variation here that you'd like. You can keep your feet on the ground or your hands on the ground. Straighten your spine. Knees bent with your feet flat on the ground. And then maybe you just pick up one leg at a time, or you pick up both. When our solar plexus chakra is in alignment, we have a sense of energy and vitality, of personal power. It's our self-esteem really lives here. One more breath, and then drop down for a little release. So there's kind of a belief, right, that when we see someone who might be a little overweight or carrying weight in their midsection, that maybe their solar plexus is out of alignment. Right? They might not have a sense of energy and vitality. And so this pose here, this boat pose, is an opportunity to awaken that vitality. One more time, coming into Navasana. You got this. And so just like with our previous chakra, we are not our emotions. Do not judge yourself if this is really hard or you have to take a lot of variations. And then release back down. So I want you to have now the mantra for the rest of this solar plexus clearing, that you are filled with vitality. Right? From your toes to the hair on your head, you are coursing with energy. So you are filled with vitality. One more time, boat pose here. You've got this. Really straighten the spine, stack the shoulders if you can, flex the feet. And then release back down. Go ahead and windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're going to activate a couple more times here. So if you are kind of an OCD yogi and you like balance and things like that, we're going to do 3 more of these boat poses. So if there are variations you want to take, just so you're aware of the count. Rise up again, boat pose, Navasana. Go for it. You are filled with vitality. You got it. Stay up. Stay up. For 3, 2, 1. Release. Windshield wiper your legs. You have 2 more to go. really activating your solar plexus. Okay, back up, boat pose, any variation. This is your practice, go for it. Letting your breath be measured and controlled. You got it. You are filled with vitality. For 3, 2, 1, release. Really shake the legs out on this one. We're going to do one more, and the goal for this final Navasana is 30 seconds. And I have a stopwatch going, so I will not cheat you. So don't cheat you either. If you need to take a break, you take a break. Okay, are you ready? Boat, go. Not letting the time be what drives you. Letting the vitality, right? You should, by this point, have a pretty good burn in your belly. You're on your 5th or 6th Navasana. I've lost count. And everything is waking up inside. You can feel the energy coursing through your body. You are safe. You are a vessel for your emotions. You are filled with vitality. For 3, 2, 1, release. Come back to Baddha Konasana. Knees bent, butterfly. Kind of flap your wings for a minute. And then to counter all of this boat, we're going to come into reverse plank. So you have 2 options. Your knees can be bent or your legs can be straight. So you're going to bring your hands to the ground just past your hips. If your feet are flat on the ground, you're just going to lift your hips up off the ground. So the front side of your body is getting a stretch. And if you'd like to deepen that, you can straighten your legs. So this is a reverse plank. Same thing as before. Right now we're opening up that solar plexus chakra. Whereas before we were kind of contracting it and bringing energy to it. Now we're opening up and expanding it, letting it shine out. One more breath. And release. If this one's kind of tough on your wrist, just shake out your arms. We're going to do 2 more. Getting set up. Lift your hips, rise up, reverse plank. Having that yellow color wash over you. One more breath. And release. All right, we've got one more. We're going to do our best to hold it for 30 seconds as well. So pressing up in 1, 2, 3, go. As much as you can, you want to let your throat open. You don't want to crush the neck, the back of the neck, but you do want a straight opening across the front of the body if you can. You've got 10 more seconds here to shine out your biggest, best of this practice. 3, 2, 1, release. Good work. So we're going to work into our heart chakra now. Go ahead and come onto your knees for Camel Pose. So go ahead and start with your toes tucked underneath you. We're not super duper warm yet, right? So this is not about camel to wheel or any crazy variation. It's just about camel. Let this pose be what it is. So shifting your awareness up into your heart section. The heart color is green. And come into a camel pose. Hands to the hips, lifting your heart up. Opening your throat back. Stay present in your breath. And the heart chakra is really kind of the most intuitive, in my opinion, in that obviously this is where our love and compassion live. So when we have love and compassion, it's not just for others, it's most definitely for ourselves. Rise back up out of your camel. And go ahead and sit your hips back on your bent toes. This is called broken toe pose, and we're just going to go ahead and stretch out the feet while we're here. Deep, full breaths. This pose can be a little overwhelming, especially for runners or people who wear a lot of high heels. One more breath. Now coming back up into your camel pose. And I want that blue color to kind of cascade over the front of your body. And your mantra here is I am love. I love that idea, right? We are love. One more breath. Gently come up. If you get lightheaded, be really slow. And then back to broken toe pose, so dropping your hips back onto your heels. Even in this moment, right, extending yourself some compassion. Your feet are probably really tight. Most people's are. And this is not a chance to judge yourself or anything for how painful the pose is and wanting to get out of it. That's not what we're doing. Coming back into camel, third and final camel. I am love. As much as possible, I want you to make sure that your shoulder blades are squeezing down and together. So it's almost like if your heart was centered between your shoulder blades. This pose would be squeezing that part of your heart, bringing love and activity there. One more breath. Gently rise up, coming onto all fours. Just let the spine settle at a neutral position. Downward facing dog. Pick your right leg up, three-legged dog, and then step through for a low lunge. So this is a crescent lunge, but your left knee will stay on the ground. If you want a little more activity, you keep your back toes tucked, bent in, or if you'd like to release the toes, that's up to you. Bringing your arms up overhead, pressing your hips forward, right? So you should get a full stretch across the left front of the hip. Really settling in here for a deep opening. And you can take any arm variation you like. So if you're feeling like a cactus arm would be good, or an eagle arm, do that here, right? You have the stability of being on the ground. One more breath. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. And then step through low lunge. Ensuring that your front foot is at a 90-degree angle. I was watching some different yoga photos of people that they've posted out here at the hot springs. And there was a really beautiful photo of a girl in a low lunge, but her front foot was like underneath her hip and not under her knee. And well, the people around me were impressed with the photo. All I could think was, oh, that's terrible. She's damaging her knee and her ankle. I could not appreciate the beauty of the photo because the pose was not the most healthy adaptation for her body. Anyways, so if you did an arm variation on the other side, be sure to take it on this side. One more breath here. Downward facing dog. Big inhale and sigh it out. We're going to do that a couple more times, right? The heart chakra is kind of like the middle of the road here, and so we want to give it lots of attention. So inhale your right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips here again, taking a side body stretch. And then coming back through your three-legged dog, stepping through for your low lunge. Maybe this time you take a different foot variation than last time. And then definitely take a different arm variation. So if you want to do a twist, or trying on some of the other stuff we talked about, eagle arms, or cactus, small back bend. It's your body, it's your practice, it's your heart. You are love. Coming back through center, so you're going to recenter your spine from wherever you are, and then to your downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, stack your hips, opening up. Great work. Now stepping through low lunge. Again, trying to mirror what you did on the other side. Keeping the integrity of alignment with your front foot. Ideally, your knee and your toes are facing the same direction. So sometimes the knee can kind of dip in or roll out, and we really want to keep a good parallel here if possible. Still letting that blue color wash and swirl all over and around you. I said blue and it's green. Have I said blue this whole time? Your heart chakra is green. Wow, apparently I need to work on my throat because the throat is blue. So I am so sorry. If you are a chakra guru, you just do what's right for you, and everybody else, you'll be fine. Coming back up through center to downward facing dog. We're going to do each side one more time, focusing on green and the fact that you are love. And I'm so sorry that my colors were off. Right leg, low lunge. I guess if I was a good yoga guru, I would record over this part and fix it. But if you were in a live class with me and I fucked it up, I would just admit it and move on. So that's what I'm going to do here. I just can't sell you fake perfection, guys. Sorry. I try to take all these cool photos and videos, and then I'm like, this is bullshit. Right? Having love and compassion for the fact that we are real humans. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Stepping through into your low lunge, final low lunge of this practice. Washed in green. You are love. I am love. That's the blessing of life, right? Love. Downward facing dog. Inhale here, nice and full, just like before, sigh out. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Do that 2 more times at your own pace, recognizing your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, and now your heart. Drop onto your knees and take 3 more cat-cow pose. We're using our cat-cow here as kind of our vinyasa, right? Our resetting between poses. And then swiveling your legs out from underneath you so you're coming to an easy seat. So this is literally just sitting. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can have both legs flat on the ground if you'd like to take lotus. Same thing as before in our Baddha Konasana. If you'd like to sit on a pillow or a block, that's an awesome opportunity. We're moving up into our throat chakra. So go ahead and let your eyes close. And bring your attention to the space between your collarbones. And I want you to envision a blue color radiating from this space out. And when our throat chakra is in alignment, we have compassionate communication. And I say compassionate because we talk about what our needs are in a way that is not hurtful to others, but still has healthy boundaries for us. So to activate our throat chakra, we are going to say out loud the word hum. So it's kind of throaty and phlegmy, and that's what we want. So at your own pace, out loud, warn your neighbors that you're going to repeat hum with a blue color radiating from your throat. I want you to do this for the next few minutes. You'll be fine. I'll call you back as always when it's time for our next pose. And release your hum mantra. Come onto your back, and we're going to take a supported legs up the wall. So all this means is if you have a block or a pillow, please put it under your low back. If you need to move towards a wall, if just holding your legs in the air is not a comfortable position for you, please do so now. And this reverse of blood flow is allowing new oxygen and blood to rush into the throat, right? So we're breaking open any barriers we have here with this fresh blood flow. And I want your mantra to be, I am a kind communicator. And you might begin to notice that your feet tingle or go numb. And that's perfectly fine, right? Literally, the blood is leaving your feet. So that can happen, especially based on various health conditions and your general heart health. Your only task here is to reiterate to yourself that you are a kind communicator. Acknowledging now that you are indeed a kind communicator. Bend your knees, lift your hips, remove the block. And just roll to a fetal position on either side. Letting blood flow return into your feet. Kind of returning to its normal pattern. The birds are very chirpy here this morning. I hope you can hear them. When I am one with nature, I feel more one with myself. So I am literally sitting out here in the cold in a bundled up jacket because the desert mornings are chilly, even though the heat of the day is coming. Making your way up to seated, we're going to tuck our legs underneath us and come back to downward facing dog. We're moving into the third eye chakra. I want you to drop onto your elbows for a dolphin pose. This can be kind of difficult if you need to move one elbow at a time, whatever you need to do. Lots of our inversions focus on the third eye, and this is where our intuition and self-trust lives. Right? This is the part of us that knows what's happening even if our brain is ignoring it. Dolphin is a really intense pose, so if you need to drop onto your knees, do that. But I encourage you to stay with it, feeling the blood flow to the space between your eyebrows. Now everybody, if you haven't already, drop onto your knees. You can shake out your arms if you'd like. We are getting into this chakra. And then come back up into your dolphin pose. The color that's surrounding you now is kind of like a purpley indigo blue kind of color. And our hope when we ignite our third eye is that we remove the veil, right? That we see things as they really are, not as we are. It's tough stuff, man. It's where that real compassion lives. And then also like healthy boundaries, right? Seeing something as it is and then deciding whether or not it's allowed in your physical space at this time. One more breath. And then dropping down onto your knees. Same thing if you need to shake it all out. Really any inversion can help with our third eye. So if you'd like to take a headstand here, if that's something you're confident in your practice, go ahead and do that. Everybody else, let's take another dolphin. Deep, measured breath with the mantra, I trust myself. With this indigo color absorbing into you. This is intense, so stay with it. Even if you drop to your knees, pop back up. You got this. We're staying for a few more seconds. Yeah, you got this. From your root to your sacral, to your solar plexus, to your heart, to your throat, now into your third eye. Holding for just 10 more seconds. If you're in a full inversion, begin to come down. Everyone else lower, let's come to a child's pose. So this is also good for the third eye, right? Because your third eye is resting on the mat. If you'd like to bring your arms by your side or leave them overhead, that's just up to you. I love that idea that I can trust myself. That really speaks to me. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. Open to warrior two. Twist both toes to the long edge of your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. So same thing here, right? This is just a more gentle inversion. So again, if you'd like to take another headstand, go for it. But really this wide-legged forward fold, that's all you need. We're just here to open up our chakras, get a clear energy line, that's all. Slowly lifting up halfway, and then refold, hinging over your hips yet again. Very slowly roll all the way up. If you're in an inversion, come down, feet to the ground, and then come up. Cartwheel the arms to downward facing dog. Nice. Left leg up. And then into warrior one. Warrior two. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold, facing the other direction. Really, you can do anything you'd like here. If you want to grab your ankles and pull your chest through, if you'd like to reach your arms between your legs. It's your forward fold. It's your opportunity to trust yourself. Maybe you attempt a wide-legged headstand here. Maybe you've never done that before. Maybe you come to a tripod. So if you're going to take a tripod, I want you to bring your hands to the ground in line with your feet if you can, but if not, a little bit ahead is fine. You're going to drop the crown of your head, the very tip top of your head to the ground, and then bring your knees to your elbows. Maybe you bring one knee, right? Maybe today you don't bring both, or maybe you don't do it. Maybe you stay in your wide-legged forward fold. The whole point of activating your third eye is that you're going to trust your intuition. You will know if it's right for you to try this today or not. Attention one last time to that beautiful indigo color that's washing over you, around you, absorbing into you. And then slowly roll up, coming to your warrior two, cartwheel your arms back to your downward facing dog. This is your last down dog of practice. So I want you to take a big full inhale and then a big exhale, sighing, settling. We're almost to the crown chakra. So dial in here. How does your body feel? What's changed already in your emotions, in your energy? Maybe even in your spirit. So speaking of spirit, the crown chakra, when balanced, is where our understanding and divine connection lives. So I want you to come to a balancing butterfly. So we've already done a seated butterfly. This one now is literally you're going to balance on your toes. Your knees will come out wide, and as much as you can, you'll drop your tailbone to your heels, and you'll balance. It is always, always okay to balance with a wall or a chair or something close to you. Again, this is not about self-punishment for not being perfectly balanced. That is the opposite of what we're trying to do here. So for me, I personally see a white, warm, glowing light, or even like a gold light, when I am feeling connected to divinity through my crown. So that's the color I invite you to have near you. So even though you're balancing on your toes, I want you to bring your attention to the top of your head, to the crown of your head. This is really a unique pose in that all of the chakras are aligned one on top of the other in a unique way. So it's different than just standing at Samasthiti, which is just standing at the top of your mat if you don't know what that word is. One more breath here. And then just bring your legs together, close them like a book, drop your knees to the ground, and just kind of reset for a moment. We're going to do this pose one more time, and I want you to truly envision that the top of your head is open and that a warm white light from the sky is filling you up. So come back to balancing butterfly, onto your toes, knees wide, crown of the head open. You are a vessel for divinity, right? So your God is feeding you the information that you need right now to have a balanced and happy physical, spiritual, and emotional life. Yeah, so whatever you need to download right now for this current program of life, this chapter, download it. Maybe you need a little more work on one of the other chakras. And really what I like to do is just ask God. I'm a Christian, so that's who I talk to. I just ask God to give me what it is I don't even know I need, right? My humanness cannot know what my needs are all the time until that third eye intuition is rocking and rolling. And I know this is hard. Your legs might be getting tired. One more breath. And then drop back onto your knees. And go ahead and on your knees, kind of come up and kind of tap out your feet underneath you, behind you. Okay, coming on to your back, Supta Baddha Konasana. So same thing, this is the same pose, it's actually just flipped. And so now instead of balancing on your toes, you're resting on your back. So take a moment here to settle in. Really letting your hips relax. Recognizing your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. And then, of course, we end every practice with Savasana. It's important, and it is also a crown chakra clearing. So part of why we have it in every practice, right? It's important to recognize that we are part of something greater. As you're ready, bring your legs out, your arms by your side. And take a moment here to get comfortable. If you could do something to get 20% more comfortable, do it now. You're at home, so maybe you have a blanket handy that you just wrap up in real quick. Maybe you put a pillow under your head if you have sinus issues, whatever you need. And then I want you to drop in. And become aware of your bones. Notice the weight of your bones. And then become aware of your muscles and your tendons. Your fascia, everything that's holding on to your bones that makes them useful and productive. And then become aware of the skin surrounding those muscles and bones. From your inside out, you are balanced. You are living harmoniously with your spirit, with your emotions, and with your physical being. You are living according to a divine plan. And take your attention now to the crown of your head. And imagine that the crown of your head just gently opens. And it's opening in order to receive. Allow in whatever color is coming to you. And allow that color to fill your body. Maybe it starts in your toes and fills up like a water bottle. Or maybe it's coursing through your blood. And so it's starting in your heart and it's pulsating from there. But whatever color that is and however it fills your body, welcome the message it has for you. It's a gift from the universe. Notice if your color has a temperature affiliated with it. If it's warm, how warm? And it doesn't even have to make sense. Maybe warm is 1,000 degrees. And then also notice if it has like a scent. Does it smell like a pine tree or a wildflower? Maybe it smells like your favorite meal your mom made. Notice if it has a weight, a density. Are you getting filled with this like karmic concrete that's holding you in place? Ask this light the questions it has the answers. And don't worry about your human logic. And I want you to internally ask this light to deliver any messages you need over the next few minutes. And I will leave you in quiet until it's time to bring you back into your body. want you to take a moment here to thank the universe or God or whoever you were communicating with for the information they gave you. Envision now that hole in your head just closing gently, and you are filled with the divine message you were meant to receive. Your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown are all aligned. They are energetically flowing, and you are in balance. Coming to a fetal position on either side. A moment here of fullness. Making your way up to a seated position. Moving gently. Bringing your hands to heart center. And then shifting your hands to where your thumbs are at your third eye. And the place in me where light resides reflects back to you the place in you where light resides. And together we say, Namaste. From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, I hope you are feeling balanced and energized and aligned. Thanks, guys.